And we're glad you're along for the ride alongside Lori Strong-Ballard, Bernie Gunther with you as LSU getting their final warm-up in on the floor, which they are on next.
Now LSU's missing Lauren Klein, a big scorer on this event. She twisted her ankle and will be in a boot for about another 2 weeks. Susan Jackson is an All-American on floor, and once again we're going to see Ashley Claire Kearney's great power here.
And Kayla Rogers will lead things off, just a sophomore. Her freshman campaign, she was mostly used on the vault.
This year she's seen some action on bars and floor. There's our opening tumbling pass. Whip, immediate double pike, excellent. This is an athlete that continues to get better and better every time we see her in competition. An athlete can train as much as they want, but they really need that competition experience to build the confidence, to really fine-tune their routines when they're doing it under pressure. Double twist punch front, another combination pass.
Well, and Lori, at this point in the meet, this is still a very tight competition between LSU and Florida, so every little point you might be able to get could pose a little bit of a comeback for the Tigers.
Absolutely, and they know that Florida's on balance beam, which is one of their strongest events. They're ranked #1 in the country there. Finishes with a double back, a little bit of a cowboy position. Three pretty strong tumbling passes. This is a great routine for Kayla.
And a great start for LSU, who already has looked very solid both on vault and on bars.
This opening pass has added difficulty because Kayla performs a whip back right there, which essentially is a back handspring with no hands immediately into the double pike.
9.850 for Kayla Rogers. And now we get a chance to look at the nation's top-ranked beam team, the Florida Gators.
And what a great event to be consistent and strong on so many times. This is the make or break event. Now, Corey Hartung is beautiful and has a very unique style and some interesting skills. Both Corey and Amanda were third on beam at last year's NCAA final.
And Rebekah Zaiser will lead the Gators off on beam. She has led the Gators off on beam every meet this season.
And we've talked about it many times, the importance of that lead-off role. You want to get the team off to a solid start, and that eases the pressure on this already nerve-wracking event. Double series coming up here. A little extra concentration. Back handspring layout, solid. You can hear a very loud feedback noise in the background. Great concentration.
And that sound coming from the public address system here inside the O'Connell Center. You know, Zaiser was not even a regular in the UF beam lineup last year in 2007.
Zaiser moved into the lineup after Florida graduated some key athletes last year, showing a nice front aerial to a back handspring. Athletes are required to show both forward and backward tumbling elements, and a required element is the full turn, which we just saw her perform nicely. Of the dismount. Round off double twist. She almost looked like she hurdled crookedly into the round toss, but the double was great. And here's the tumble series, a required element on the balance beam to do two acrobatic or flight elements connected.
And showing you why she leads off for the Gators, a 9.875, a very good start on beam. And back to the floor exercise, and Susan Jackson, an All-American last year on the floor.
Susan told me that beam is her favorite event. She enjoys the challenge, but of course, she feels that floor is her best event.
It's coming off posting a career high on the vault a weekend ago against Auburn in West Virginia.
Running hard into her opening tumbling pass. It's a big one, a double layout. It's an E-level skill, one of the most difficult skill levels in collegiate gymnastics. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Susan Jackson certainly has got some crowd-pleasing elements in her routine.
That's her signature element, a back head spring. It just adds a little fun and flash to her routine. Puts her stamp on this routine. Front tumbling, front double twist to a front pike. Again, showing some great difficulty. Full turn, leg above horizontal. Nice to see routines showing a variety of skills, both forward and backward tumbling, twisting, and multiple salto elements like this final tumbling pass, a double pike. Excellent routine.
The All-American Susan Jackson on the floor for the LSU Tigers.
She is on fire tonight. This is her third really strong routine of the night. This is that opening pass. 2 rotations in the laid out position. You need to have height and power and quick twitch muscles to complete that element.
0.9, we continue with rotation 3. Corey Hartung getting set for the beam. Meanwhile, the Gator fans on their feet inside the O'Connell Center doing the Gator chop, getting set for Corey Hartung, who tied for 3rd at the 2007 NCAA individual event on the beam. Currently number 2 in the country on this apparatus.
And you'll see why. She has some original elements and a beautiful style. Handspring layout, and she lands it in a scale position. That's the first time I've ever seen an athlete do that, showing off her flexibility once again right there. This routine has a very high level of quality. She has great flexibility, and you're seeing her show that off wherever she can. She has very pleasing lines. And of course, she brings a little something different to the routine with every skill. On TikTok, showing off a 180-degree split into a sheep jump. Judges want to see those feet up by the head on that jump. Front aerial, not a single wobble so far. Preparing for the dismount here. We start with the round off. It's a twisting element, a 2.5 twist, tiny hop on the landing. Well, she's definitely a crowd favorite on this event.
And showing you why she's one of the top on beam in the entire nation.
Here's another look at that original tumble series. It's tough to maintain balance landing on one leg into the scale. Most of the athletes transfer their weight back into a 2-footed lunge.
That is amazing. A 9.9, the second time this season.
That puts LSU in a tough situation.
And with this meet being so close after the second rotation, the Gators now a chance to put a little distance between themselves and the Tigers, as Amanda Castillo, who is also very good on this event. She finished 3rd at NCAA's on it as well.
And the good thing here is that Florida already has 5 hits in collegiate competition. 6 athletes compete in the 5 top scores count. So now the pressure's off of her. She can really get up there and perform and attack this routine. Tumble series back handspring layout, lands in 2 feet. Changement into a standing layout. Finishing with a little smile on her face. She's feeling good about this routine and confident. And you can see Amanda's wearing beam shoes. They were really popular in the 80s or 90s, and some use them today to protect or pad their feet on this balance beam. And some just like the feel or the grip that they give. Actually have a little bit of a rubber sole on the bottom. Amanda's the smallest member on this team. She's quick and explosive. She makes gymnastics look easy, including huge dismounts like that E-level double pike from a round off. Excellent routine. The round off is so key on this dismount. You need power and speed, building down the beam on the round off, and of course you need to finish it squarely on the beam to get a good strong punch into the double pike.
And she's excited about her score, 9.875. And the Gators hit every routine on the beam.
Well, when you start off a rotation with 3 9.875s, that just tells you how strong and consistent they are. That relieves some of the pressure to continue with a solid effort for the Gators on beam.
Rhonda Fain's squad putting the pressure on the LSU Tigers. They lead at 148.375 to 147.7. The final rotation when we come back.